What in the heck is happening to Cancun, Mexico? You guys, look. We have these abandoned buildings here. There's a strange energy in the air. There are hardly any tourists here. In fact, here at our little Selena hotel, I think there's a total of like 5 guests right now. Yes, it is low season. It is the month of October. Hurricane season has just passed. There has been no hurricanes here this year, they've said. Anyways, but the tourism is much lower than normal. So yes, there is a low and a high season, but we were at a restaurant last night and we were the only ones there. So on one hand, they treat you like amazing because they need clients, they need people. But on the other hand, it is strange. Like, this place is like a ghost town right now. So we're gonna go investigate a little, experience Cancun. I was last here 13 years ago, just a little wee guy learning the first words of Spanish that I now speak. So anyways, join us on an adventure. Let's catch the Uber. ¿Cuándo es la temporada baja en Cancún?
Ahorita para este mes que viene, noviembre.
Hasta noviembre.
Exactamente.
¿Es una temporada baja normal o está más bajo de lo normal?
Está bajo normal.
Está más bajo de lo normal.
Lo que pasa es que Tulum mataron a gallinas de huevos de oro. Viste que todo te lo vendían por dólar te lo vendían. Las playas son públicas federales, y automáticamente ellos ya lo usaban como, o sea, privadas.
Y sientes como mexicano un rechazo a tu propia tierra. So we're doing the tour with Mario Tours. Listen guys, we've been here for about 10 days and I had an absolutely devastating case of Montezuma's revenge. Fortunately, it only lasted 24 hours. I went to a small town called Yautepec in the state of Morelos for a wedding, and those enchiladas, man, they destroyed me. Anyways, I got over that, went back to Mexico City, then we went to Oaxaca on a bus. That was beautiful. We were really immersed into the mountains, the indigenous culture, and after a while I was like, you know what, the North American in me, buenos dias, ¿cómo están? Todo bien, fino, fino. The North American in me, the part, you know, this that I still retain, because I do have that Spanish speaking side where I always immerse myself in the local culture. Well, I got here, I felt the humid air, and I was like, oh boys, we're in the Caribbean again, man. I love the Caribbean. I love the tropics. I love Costa Rica. It's kind of like that feeling that the Brits and the Scandinavians, the Dutch, Germans, that they must get when they go to Fuengirola, Malaga, Benidorm. Just kind of that excitement to, let's just go have some fun. All right, I feel like Gabriel Traveler right now with these little coastal village palm tree takes. All right, let's go. I love Greece. I love Mexico. Gabriel Traveler. As you can see, it's all national tourists. All people from here or Spanish-speaking countries. Interesting. All right. So that's how we have to do this. Oh, almost falling in. All right. Bueno, hermano. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Darwin.
Darwin. All right, guys. Darwin's the greatest tour guide in Cancun. Get in the water here. Oh. All right, let's do this. Oh. All right, we're all good. Oh, yes, this is paradise. Hasta luego, Darwin. So, I've heard about Isla Mujeres, Woman Island, for many years. It's just a little island, you know, 1 hour off the coast, and this water is amazing. This is why everyone comes here. Basically, we just did an amphibious landing, so yeah, we'll see if Trump decides to do an amphibious landing in Venezuela. The soldiers would do something similar to this. In fact, Venezuela has an absolute massive Caribbean coastline, and all the Venezuelans I know rave about the crystal clear waters down there as well. Weird times we're living in. Amphibious landings, secret missions, narco dictators. Thankfully, everything's quiet on the western frontier at the Woman Island. Okay, the amphibious landing is almost complete. There's almost no fire, but we do have a Venezuelan soldier.
Hi, welcome. ¿Quieres unas arepitas, unas empanadas?
Wow, the Venezuelan resistance is quite weak. They just want to give us food. Oh, look at here. We have a satchel. We This is one of those bags I throw in the bunkers. Bombs away. Wow. Come on, Kerry. So, Kerry, what do you think as a Venezuelan? This is the Caribbean, and well, you've never been here, so
No.
first time for everything.
Well, everything is different to Venezuela. It's Caribbean, but it's different. And it's beautiful, and you have a lot of infrastructure. Look, this pool.
Yeah, infinity pool.
It's very fun.
So Venezuela is less developed outside of a few select places like Margarita Island and Lecheria, Puerto de la Cruz. Anyways, this video's about Mexico. I just had to note that we have a secret Venezuelan soldier here, and she's infiltrated to find what the gringo is doing before we launch the invasion. Look at that view. Jesus Christ.
It's me?
No, I'm looking at the hotel, Carrie.
Oh, beautiful.
Amazing view.
Yeah.
There's no foreign tourists that we've seen. This is all local tourists. So Mexicans I've been seeing online, they've been complaining massively about Tulum, Playa del Carmen, Cancun, the prices, being treated like second-class citizens in their own country. But I'm okay, I'm okay. I just want to hang out with my Mexican ways, my compadres. All right, interestingly enough, I just met an off-duty sergeant for the military. He said it's gotten really dangerous in Mexico, especially compared to the past. Obviously, me as a tourist, or you as a tourist, you do tourist things, no pasa nada, as they say in Spanish. But yeah, it's undoubtedly a very delicate, controversial topic here in the United States. If you go to Mexico, you're on your own. What happens there, it's your problem, which is, I think, kind of like a stupid way to think, you know, like we're like cousins, we're neighbors, we're friends. I can tell you, being an American, if you speak Spanish here, it's not dangerous. People treat you fine. Just always be respectful and come to nice places like this. One of the nice parts about coming in the off season, it's actually a little bit cooler. So it rains, there's a little more cloud cover. You're not gonna get as roasted as the hotter months. So that's nice. It's actually just, it's this perfect temperature. Just imagine being one of the first people that came down here in the 1970s, 80s. Well, obviously this would have just been coral and virgin beaches. A little village of 10 people. Fishermen, there was no paved roads, nothing. I mean, gosh, those were the good days. Everything was probably clean. A true paradise. It is still very, very nice, but yeah. Out this way, you guys, somewhere, is Cuba. We were not too far from there, in Vinales, where we did the cigar tour. I wish I could go back to Cuba. I honestly don't know if it's safe for me, but if there's someone who knows, you know, you've seen my videos, you've seen what I showed. Exposed, I don't know if I exposed anything, I just showed in the places I went what things were like. But obviously when you get lots of views, the Cuban government might not like that. So I don't even know if I can go back, but I really, really want to go back. I need to spend like another month or two there to see, you know, the things I didn't get to see. There's so much to see in Cuba. Carrie, what are you doing?
Taking photos?
You're supposed to be on duty.
Why?
Because the Americans have invaded.
Well,
Hola.
are you okay?
So Carrie, is this like paradise for you? What do you think?
It's beautiful. Oh, I'm so happy. Thank you, baby.
So how's your guys' experience been here in Cancun?
We've been here on Isla Mujeres and it's been amazing. People are really nice here, really welcoming. People love dogs here. We were surprised how many people own dogs on the island, and you know, dogs are really having a good life here. It's a bit more expensive than the rest of the coast, but I think that you know, all the environment, the people here, the culture, it's really makes up for it. So it's really worth it. It's really quiet, really not quiet. Sorry, it's really safe.
So, like, can I ask you how much are you paying a night to stay here at one of these places?
We took an Airbnb, so it goes between $80 to $100
US dollars, yeah.
US dollars. Yeah.
All right, very, very nice people. ¿Ustedes de dónde son?
We're from Mexico, here from Cancun.
Sois mexicanas.
Sí, somos.
¿Qué tal el turismo aquí?
Muy muy bien, la verdad. Mucha gente.
Pero me han dicho que es muy bajita, el turismo, muy bajo.
En estos meses sí. En diciembre es más alto.
Porque la gente de los mexicanos han quejado de los precios un poquito, ¿no?
Sí, más que nada en zonas como Tulum es donde la gente dejó de ir por los precios.
Tulum y playa son muy caros.
Sí, principalmente.
Pero aquí muy chulo.
Sí, muy bonito, la verdad.
¿Ustedes conocen España?
No.
Explíqueme, ¿cómo son las personas de Cancún? ¿Cómo sois diferentes que los otros mexicanos?
Pues en Cancún hay muchas personas de otros estados de la República en México. No es como que haya solamente personas de Cancún, hay gente de otras partes, de otros países. Es un lugar multicultural y que las personas de aquí son muy amables, la verdad.
Muy como mundiales, muy
Sí,
internacionales.
Sí, exacto, hay de todo un poco.
And you guys speak English as well?
Yeah,
How important is it to learn English here when you're in school?
a lot. It's super important. Here, for example, my friends and I, we study tourism, so it's like an essential part.
Right. So like if you speak fluent English, your life will be a lot
A
better.
lot easier, totally. You get more job opportunities. Everything just makes it a lot of more simple.
Have you been to the States?
No, I haven't.
Wow, your English is so good for not having been to the States.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate
Bueno,
it.
me voy porque mi novia me espera, me va a matar.
Claro que sí, mucho gusto.
Gracias. What sort of recommendations would you give to tourists from the United States when they come to Cancun?
Especially for tourism, for the people that work in the tourism area, like the all-inclusive resorts affect us kind of because since you guys have everything included in there, the local like restaurants or small like resorts and all that, they get really affected because of that, because the people like stay in the all-inclusive resorts.
Sure.
And of course, it's a really nice experience. I've been to all-inclusive resorts. They are amazing. You get food, you get everything you need, but it's important to get to know the whole area of the place that you're visiting, because that's the whole point of being a tourist, at least in my opinion, like get to know all the little parts. That's the most important part.
Sure, so leave the resort, do some local experiences.
Yeah, do some local experiences, definitely. There's more besides the hotel zone or the resorts.
Yeah.
You know.
As a Mexican, how does it feel when, for example, someone from the United States tries to speak Spanish with you?
It feels amazing because I mean, us Mexicans, we have like the duty, let's call it that way, to learn English so we can speak to you guys. But if you guys make the effort of trying to learn something, a few minutes or I think an hour ago we saw a few girls trying to speak Spanish. They were like practicing how to say you're welcome. They were like, muchas gracias. That's really important for us because we see that you're trying to get included in all that experience. So it's really nice for us to see that.
Perfect. So it feels good. It's like it builds a relationship.
Exactly.
Politics aside, you know how they said, oh, don't go to Mexico, United States right now, or there's problems, blah, blah, blah. Like we're basically like primos hermanos. We're basically like neighbors.
I mean, we have a lot of things in common, and I think we need to stop building these barriers that we are building besides politics, you know, like that those problems are gonna exist like all the time, but besides of that, we're humans. Like first of all, we are all humans, and we can have things in common if we just try to communicate and like build something up, you know.
For sure.
My name is Valeria.
Valeria?
Pamela.
Wow, you guys, very nice muchachas here. Mucho gusto.
Thank you so much.
Me han caído demasiado bien, ¿eh?
También a nosotras.
Ahora voy a recordar Isla Mujeres para las mujeres aquí para siempre. Vale. Bueno, hasta luego, muchachos. Hasta luego, muchacho. Bye bye. All right, you guys. Lovely Mexican muchachas that speak perfect English. That's a lot. You find that a lot here. Really nice, educated Mexicans who speak amazing English. And they do a fabulous job. The service here in Mexico, listen, I came from Spain, right? Spain and Europe has a different service. Some would say it's horrible because of the way they speak, they communicate, it's more direct. Here the service is absolutely out of this world. And they don't expect always a 25% tip, 20% tip. It's not, it feels genuine is what I want to say. United States, sometimes it feels a bit fake. Here it feels genuine. I'm from United States. I just got back from Birmingham. How's it going? Birmingham. So why do Brits come here? Why do you guys come here, not Spain, for example?
Drugs.
What? Bro.
No.
Crop that out. So have you guys been to Spain?
Yeah.
So what do you guys like better? Like which vibe do you like better?
Probably Spanish vibe.
Spain?
Yeah.
This is relaxed. This is chill.
And the water's nicer, let's be honest.
Yeah,
the beaches in Malaga, I live there, they're kind of dirty and the water's cold. But they got cheap beers in Spain.
Well, that's it. It's beers, nightlife.
Yeah.
An 18th birthday
All right, happy birthday, bro.
today.
All right, you guys enjoy your holiday. I'm getting back on the boats. The troops are withdrawing. All right, take care.
Take care.
Let's make Britain great again, please. All right, the Venezuelan soldiers are just basking in the sun. So much for the strong defenses of Venezuela. How has your experience been? ¿Qué tal tu experiencia, amor?
Muy bien, muy rico, divertido.
¿Y tú? ¿También muy bueno?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
He hecho muchos amigos mexicanos.
Sí, yo también. Acabo de hacer amigas mexicanas. Algunas muchachitas.
Negativo. Ya tú sabes lo que pasa, Elliot, ¿no, amiga? ¿Por qué?
Right then, we've gotten to the Woman Island. Now, the Woman Island was named after the goddess Isla, who came here to pray for fertility, other things. And so Mayan women used to come here pre-Hispanic times to pray for childbearing. Anyways, the Spanish saw those remnants when they got here. Hello, miss, how are you? And they named it Island of the Women. So now there's lots of women here, as we can see. Maybe those girls we saw earlier, those muchachas, were direct descendants of those Mayans. Who knows? Anyways, look at how bustling it is. I read online that there's some 20,000 residents year-round. I'm not sure how accurate that is. You know, ChatGPT has its faults, but anyways, let's go explore a little bit. Always gotta have the 7-Eleven. So we're doing budget beers. So one of the good things, cheers.
Cheers.
One of the good things about Latino girlfriends is they're cool with fancy things, but also they're cool with budgeting. So yeah. England was just too expensive. I burnt through like thousands of savings just to, you know, spend a couple weeks there. Ice cold Modelo is really good. How's your beer ski?
Sol and with chelada is lemon and salt.
How is it?
Good, good.
You like it?
Yeah. Honeymooners.
Honeymooners.
Shit, I got free tequila. One sample for the honeymooners.
No, we're not on the honeymoon, bro. Venga, hasta luego.
You look happy, you look tired. Babe, cigar?
Cohiba.
You wanna sing?
I only smoke them in Viñales, Havana.
Ajá,
En Viñales, solo en Cuba.
Professional.
Eso es.
Welcome.
Yo
And
soy-
good beer.
Eso
Good
es.
beer.
Gracias, hermanito.
Dios, amigo. Arriba México.
Arriba Mexico. Ándale, güey. I wonder if the Cuban cigars are good here. If they're actually from Cuba, they're good. But we have a beautiful church there. Mira la iglesia. Oh, I love being in Catholic Christian nations, man. After visiting Birmingham. Yeah, I'll only buy Cuban cigars when I'm in Cuba or if they're directly from a Cuban. Remember the friends that we met on the cigar video? Yeah, those guys deserve to get money for that. You go to Miami and you get these fake Cubans where they get the tobacco from Nicaragua, then they mark it up like 10 times like they always do in the United States. Try to sell you authentic Cubans, well, that's a bunch of bullshit. I think here though, since we're close to Cuba, I think they can trade. Yeah, they do definitely trade with Cuba. You'll see a lot of products that come from Mexico, like, you know, soft drinks and stuff like that. They say the embargo is really strong in Cuba, but Mexico can trade freely. But they say there's what's called an internal embargo. This is what I hear from my Cuban friends, the exiles, right? Because they have freedom of speech. They say that there's an internal embargo. So a lot of stuff that does come from the outside gets into Cuba, and then the Cuban government seizes it and controls it. If only we could just swim across, go to Cuba. I'm getting a bit hungry, so we've came to the Shark Beach. I guess we have a buffet here. We'll see how good it is. I was literally here 13 years ago. Same exact buffet. I think this is how I got Montezuma's revenge the first time. We have watermelon, and then we have salad. I love salad. I love salad, but I'm so nervous, man. I don't want Montezuma's revenge #2. All right, I think this pasta should be all right. Un poquito más, maybe, un poquito más. Vale. Oh yeah, un poquito. Gracias. Rick, I want to teach you guys some Spanish. It says, be happy and content, but always inside. For all you sprayers out there. You guys, we're gonna do a prayer. Let's hope we don't get sick. Good morning from the backside of the hotel zone. Now this is the dirty side. This is where all the alligators are and the iguanas. But I wanted to show you our $172 for 3 nights hotel, which is $56 a night in the off season. We are here alone. Maybe there's like 5 other guests here. There's a lot of rooms though, and it's the rainy season, or it just rained all morning, so it's been a fun experience. And Carrie's afraid of iguanas and crocodiles. Here we go, there's an iguana.
It's Pedro. Juan?
It's Pedro. Yeah, they all have names. Oh my God, there's gnats everywhere. Crikey. The workers here are so bored. Well, there's like 3 or 4 customers. The pool is quite nice. So this is what it looks like. There's a co-working space over there that you have to pay for, empty. So I've just been editing in the main lobby. Carrie, what do you think of the place?
That's beautiful. It's simple, it's not fancy, but you could find everything that you needed. Pool, air conditioner,
Yeah.
place.
And we're right next to Cocobongo. Now, the plan for today is we're gonna head into the real Cancun, where all the people who work these resorts live. Rent, of course, is cheaper there. This is this own little bubble. And before we head in there, I just wanna mention 5 days ago now, there was actually a murder. A tourist or a client of like a strip club or something went into the strip club with his buddies. He got too drunk, passed out. Apparently his friends ditched him, great friends, might you say. And he was left with the bill, or I guess they tried charging him a second time, something like that, and he didn't pay. So they beat the crap out of him, and he ended up, he passed away. The owner of the club was also a foreigner. I'm not exactly sure where. I think this area is extremely safe, but it happens. There's things like that. So what is the moral of the story? Avoid shoots, avoid strip clubs, avoid drugs, avoid crocodiles and alligators, and you should be all right. So let's head to the real Cancun. All right, guys, we're in the center now. The streets are so empty. I mean, there's very few people walking, so there's a different feel in this area. It's quite expansive. On the map, it looks small, but it is quite expansive. At night, definitely you wouldn't want to be walking around here. This is what happens when it rains a couple hours. Now imagine if it rains multiple days in a row. ¿Has visto inundaciones grandes?
Demasiadas.
Sí.
Sí. No, esto no es nada.
This is nothing, he says.
Tequila.
Hasta el cuello.
Hasta el cuello.
Sí, ay, sí.
Madre mía.
Las colonias sobre todo.
We've got let off near the 23 market, which is supposed to be more touristic. I need to say that Ubers are amazing here, but it is a dangerous job being an Uber driver in Cancun. There's a battle between the taxis, and so for example, there's been cases of taxis beating them up. So basically there's certain areas, for example, the Ubers can't go to the airports. They're not allowed to. They can't go to some of the club areas at night because basically the taxis know who they are. So a tip, if you do want to take Uber, Ubers are great, they're safe. You need to get in the front seat, and they're like your friend, right? They're very social, very safe, unbelievable service. So yeah. Here we go, Carrie. You want a coco?
Hola, ¿qué precios tienen los cocos?
45.
Yo quiero uno. On the beach, the same coco was for 100 with ham.
So like $5 for a coco, here they're $2.
Yes, here's so different.
Buena. Gracias, güey. Bendiciones.
Gracias.
So Carrie, when's the last time you had a coco? It was in Costa Rica, right?
Yeah, Lego.
Yeah, I'm crazy. Cuckoo for coconuts. If you come to these markets, you're gonna get lunches way, 5 times cheaper. 5 times cheaper. We have these figures here, which adores the Santa Muerte. There's a huge culture behind it. We'll learn more about this in Mexico City when we go back there.
This is very popular in Mexico and Venezuela too. It's las piñatas.
Piñatas, yeah.
And you could find the bottles.
For parties, right?
Yes, for parties. You put candles inside.
We have piñatas in the United States as well.
You have piñatas?
We fill them up with candy.
Okay.
And kids have birthdays, they wear a blindfold and they use a bat to break it.
Yes.
And then all the kids go wild.
Yes, but here it's very popular because it's artisanal with different figures.
Let's check these out. It looks like pasta, right? But these are when you fry them, they convert into those like cheese puff things that you always see in Latin America. They end up like this. They sell them on buses and bus stops on the streets. A little snack. What I remember is in Cuba, hola buenas. In Cuba, that's the only snack they had. They had no like good snacks, just those little cheese puff things that have absolutely no nutritional value.
Esto es un culto a la muerte. Hay un gran movimiento por la parte de los mexicanos por adoración a la muerte. Ya lo traemos desde los mayas y los aztecas porque adoraban a la muerte, ¿no? Sí, la figura como tal nació alrededor de los 50, de los años 50. Y de allá se quedó esa imagen como adoración. Es una religión netamente mexicana que se ha extendido hacia otros países como Guatemala, Belice, Honduras, España, parte de Estados Unidos, que ha crecido demasiado.
¿Y qué es el propósito de adorar la muerte, por ejemplo?
La mayor parte de los devotos nos ha ayudado mucho en temas como la salud, por ejemplo, con alguna enfermedad. La mayor parte de la gente se acerca cuando ha tenido problemas personales también, económicos.
¿Y eso es tu negocio entonces?
Sí, ese es un negocio que vende solamente cosas exclusivas de la Santísima Muerte. No vendemos ningún otro santo.
¿El mexicano promedio diría que hay algo negativo o oscuro de esto? O sea, ¿cómo lo ve el mexicano promedio?
Bueno, recuerda que la gente mala siempre va a ser mala y a veces se escudan en la religión y ellos piensan o dan a entender otro tipo de cosas, pero en realidad no. En realidad creo que el culto nace de uno mismo, de la esencia de la persona. Es decir, que si eres bueno, pues obviamente vas a pedir siempre cosas buenas para ti, para la gente. Y pues si te acercas a lo malo, pues también vas a buscar cosas malas.
All right. Hola hermanos, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Me llamo Elliot. Yuniel. All right guys, the barbers are from Cuba. What's your name, bro? Dario? And you've lived in Texas, but what part of Cuba are you from? Isla de la Juventud, the youth island, donde estaba preso Fidel Castro. So Yuniel here, he said he went to the US under Biden and he was deported then. ¿Se deportaron Joe Biden?
Sí, cuando Biden, sí. Y yo fui a San Antonio, Texas, y cuando fui ahí, el juez me dijo que no era ahí, que era en El Paso, Texas. Un cherry me paró en una gasolinera y cuando me paró, ya me pidió y tenía un juego de inmigración puesto. Estuve en Texas 2 años viviendo y me eché como 7 meses preso en el condado. Texas me llevaron para Florida y de Florida para Cuba en un vuelo. La vida bien, yo estaba trabajando, estaba haciendo albergas.
Construyendo piscinas.
Construyendo piscinas. En una compañía de mexicanos trabajaba yo.
¿Y Estados Unidos fue todo lo que te contaban? ¿O?
Es un país libre que tú puedes hacer lo que quieras. Es un país donde tú puedes trabajar, tú obtienes lo que tú quieres y solamente que tienes que trabajar.
You hear that, you guys? We should let this guy back in the United States.
¿Como que la policía es violenta o no?
No. Uno que era mexicano y él me dijo, mano, yo sé que no tienes papeles.
The guys are telling me that they came here on a boat from the cigar region, 7 days, 7 días, 7 days to get to Mexico. Man, we gotta be thankful, man. It's crazy. He said when they were 70 miles off the coast, Canadians came cruise ship and rescued them.
Ya nos dejaron aquí, se nos entregaron a la Marina ahí y ya la Marina en Isla Mujeres. Por cierto, yo hablo, todos los días hablo con padre. Me eché 5 días usando Brasil entero. Después llegué a la frontera de Perú, de Cuba a Guyana.
De Cuba a Guyana.
Sí. ¿Cuántas veces a salir de Cuba?
2 veces.
That's insane. Hey, nice to meet you, bro. Nice to meet you. Good luck, brother. Nice to meet you. All right, bro. Take care. Come to this place, you guys. This is the barber shop right next to the 23 market. My Cuban brothers, you guys. Man, life is not fair. We're right here, by the way. Leave the tourist zone and come. The Cubans will always take good care of you. All of them had crazy stories about how they got to Mexico, crossing the jungle. The barber once flew to Guyana, crossed the jungle in Guyana, in Brazil, in Colombia, in Panama. This whole process took 7 months just to get to the United States, get deported in Texas, working an honest job. I know people say, oh, the law is the law, and I get it, but you know, you gotta have some empathy, man. Like, these guys, these Cubans, these Hispanic people, they are Americans. Culturally, they're Americans. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's Ed Gein, oh my God. Oh, oh shit. Elliot just popped out of nowhere in Cancun. Actually, that's like a real chainsaw. He could cut us up if he wanted. Let's go this way, Carrie. And then he got deported from Texas. And then he had to take a boat from Viñales, Pinar del Rio, 7 days just to come to Mexico to have a better life. So ask yourself this, how bad does a country have to be for you to risk your life like that? Like how communism destroys everything. I get the United States has to have these laws, but I just don't like seeing really good-hearted people be deported, rounded up and deported like cattle. When you actually meet the people in real life, you'll feel differently. And I know it's so easy to sit there behind the social media screen and say, oh, they're undocumented, they're illegal aliens. It's like, bro, you haven't traveled. At the end of the day, I think you gotta have some empathy for this situation, what's going on here. Because Cubans, they're our brothers, you know? And most Latinos for that matter. Hey guys, this is the real Cancun. We have all these places to get lunch, and we're close to one of the most dangerous areas of central Cancun, that is. There's worse areas further out. They're called colonias, right? Hola, buenas. And we're close to a place called Crucero. Crucero meaning cross point or highly transited area. It's actually close to one of the bus stations. You know, it's not as dangerous as it was before, but like any dangerous area, it's an area of prostitution, drugs, etc. So, but of course, most people here are just going on about their day, going to and from work. It's a very highly transited area. They suggest, you know, don't go down streets like that way, for example. So what happens in a place like Cancun, a planned city where it's only, you know, like 50 years old, you have a population of almost 1 million. It's very, very expansive. You have people that come here looking for life opportunities. Some of them might actually get stuck here, you know? You have to end up to work in local markets, informal markets, you know, that are Mexicans selling to Mexicans, working for Mexicans. And so maybe these guys don't make money off the tourists. This is just normal life here in Cancun. And then you gotta find a place to live around here, go down one of these alleyways here, and you're gonna find rooms for rent. I was told by the lady at the hotel this morning, you can get like a 3-bedroom apartment if you're lucky, maybe 3 students for around 5,000 Mexican pesos, which is like 250 US dollars. Maybe a little more, maybe a little bit less. And you might think, well, that's so cheap, but you know, maybe they're making 500 US dollars equivalent a month. Hola, buenas. ¿Cómo estamos? Bien. ¿Cómo va la vida aquí?
Chingón.
¿Aquí vienen muchos extranjeros a comprar o solamente pues
No,
mexicanos todo?
Extranjeros, mexicanos, aquí es parejo.
Ándale, ándale. Okay, yeah, we can see some foreigners here. We see a police presence. So on the main drag, things are all right. And you know, a lot of people that work here, whether they're the Cubans, Mexicans, they've learned American English. Maybe they lived in the United States, came back for whatever reasons or got deported. So yeah, you have just this whole market catered towards tourism. It is the de facto industry here. You can get a lot of stuff here. It's like basically the entire barrio is a market. Like if you look at the map, it says a busy shopping zone, but this is just a massive market. We came to Parque Las Palapas. I think we're gonna finish the video here. All these places are empty, shut down. Perhaps they're just temporary closed because it's the low season, but we've been told countless times tourism is lower than normal here during the low season. Anyways, not a lot of adrenaline in this video, but we did see some cool things. Man, it's so nice to be back in the Caribbean. The whole vibe is different. The water is absolutely beautiful. And I'm just glad that she could come to Mexico for the first time. Carrie, what are your final thoughts on Cancun?
The beaches is amazing. Now it's empty, it's not too much people and feel very good here. And the center is like another city in Caribbean,
Yeah.
like this style, but it's good.
So yeah, you guys, so next time I come back here alone, we'll have a little more adrenaline. If you're from Mexico, you speak English, maybe you live in the United States before, and you want to show me your dangerous hood, the reality of where you're living, whether it's Mexico City, Guadalajara, Sinaloa, Cancun, Veracruz, wherever, I'm here. You can write me. My Instagram's in the description of this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you learned something. And yeah, Cuba Libre. I hate seeing Cuban people suffer and Venezuelans suffer, but that's sort of the reality of these countries here in South and Central America. People are trying to get up to the United States, but it's been shut down, and tourism is definitely affected. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.